So in order to prioritize multiple items when you have them in front of you for strategic purposes, you want to go through exercise that's called WSJF, weighted shortest job first. And everybody forgets it. So I just tell everybody, remember WTF, which is not true, but at least people know that abbreviation. And then they're like, oh, it's that thing. So it's just, so it stands for weighted. So you actually weigh all the things compared in the entire list. And then it's the shortest job that like you can do it the quickest. So it's the one that has the most impact with the quickest time to deliver. And then you prioritize it in that way. And there's a formula behind it. And it's going to get complicated as I explain it, but then it's going to become easy as we do it. So please, if you're going to get confused along the way, like it's going to get better. So essentially, the weighted shortest job first is that you want to quantify, not just subjectively, if someone thinks it's that much, is this much, you want to quantify what it would cost if we don't do this. What it would cost for us if we don't select the pharmacy. We have two things competing now, hiring or many like hiring CSR because we're burned out, pharmacy selection. There's so many things. So which one is the most impactful from the saving cost perspective? So there's a formula that we'll talk about, cost of delay, but then you divide it by how much time it will take to do it. So pretty straightforward. So it's going to get a little more complex. So now we'll break down the cost of delay. How do you determine the cost of delay? So essentially, you want to assess the business value and quantify it, saying, well, what value it will deliver? And then you want to take the time criticality of how critical it is to do right now. So you want to have, okay, it's very critical, and then it creates a lot of value. So this is, this is a big thing that we need to do. I'm going to remove this part because it's complicated. Sometimes you add another differential here and you're like, how much risk you do, so how much opportunity opens. We're going to dismiss this part. We're going to have just these two pieces. So that was cost of delay. Okay. So you just, how much value we're going to bring and how critical it is right now. And then dividing on job duration, essentially you will think about how much effort you need to put in to do it. And it's hard to quantify too. So we'll break it down into very easy framework, how we actually do it. So, so what I've done, so it's probably like, what the hell are you talking about? It's going to get easier. So essentially we have the entire list, and the exercise that we need to go through, the first step that we'll need to do is to actually go in and decide who is it for. Because just making everything that we came up in that meeting, it could be a Galaxy leadership team task, not for you. It could be a Galaxy HR. There's a lot of things like, job leveling, compensation, bonus structure, all of those things that could be for HR. And then it could be for Galaxy Ops team, which right now it's Steve Gerardo and myself. So it's just, we need to do it, like select, Chewy. We need to do that research, not you guys. And then hospital leadership team. And then, so it could be for hospital team, and it could be for the team itself in the hospital. So leadership team or just the team in the hospital. The reason why I want to do that, because for this particular meeting, we want to be really looking at these two groups, because they are our rocks, which were accountable to each other in this meeting. And then the teams will put their rocks to their level of the team. So they're going to be accountable there. And then HR and Galaxy leadership team will be accountable to this meeting, but we're not the whole team. I'll just take them up into that and we will own them in those rocks. So what I want to do is to take these things and then say, which one of them fit into two buckets? And then what I want also to do is to say, are they really a rock, or is it just a task? Is it like, I need to create like a list or like print out the schedule? That's not a rock. It's like, we can do it in a week. So that's the exercise that we might want to go through. But we don't have much time, but let's try to go through like 5 or maybe like, 5 or 10, and then we'll put them in what bucket. So I'll just put yes and no, and you just shout out. So these are the things that I collected from all of those. So more cross training with everybody, and that was feedback from one-on-ones. Is that something that we want to deploy in general? Like, is it something we would want to do? And that's something that you guys have been doing?
Yes.
Okay, so that's on which team that is?
That's on our leadership team, hospital leadership.
the framework, to create the framework, how to do it, is that a bigger task? It's a rock to design it and deploy at scale. Is it a rock?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a rock for the policy in place for no-shows, especially for online appointments. So it's essentially, how do we eliminate no-shows from appointments? We talked about potentially creating the prepay before the visit, or in general, just take this problem into a solution bucket and then develop around it. Which team would be doing that?
Hospital leadership team.
Okay,
What's the last one? Hospital tech.
it could be together, but
Okay, I got you.
it,
All right, never
it
mind.
could be,
Sorry.
we can bring them.
Yeah,
but-
no,
but-
no, no, I was trying,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, it
that'd be
would be,
leadership.
I think you would have to consult many groups. I'm gonna have to talk to Alex about that. We'd have to talk to our whole team about it. You know, we have to collect information, but the hospital leadership team would take that rock on.
Who's going to own it? Yeah, who's going to be responsible for doing it? And then consulting. Have you ever heard of RACI model? Responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. So in this case, responsible is the doer who is doing it. So we'll put yes to those teams. Keeping the proper staff size. So that's really hiring. So there it popped in many places. So this is like additional help in general. So who is responsible for that and the process and new efforts in that direction?
I would say the leadership team.
Okay, let's just do these because we're running out of time. I don't want to delay anybody because I don't want to get yelled by Jeff's wife. And what we will do now, so this is just identifying that they're truly rocks. So we'll work on these. So now we're going to do that exercise. So you see there's a cost of delay here, and then we'll divide it by duration. So now the way I propose to define the cost of delay is that we're going to quantify 0 or 1, whether it increases the top line, so the revenue, right? How much money coming into the till. So that would be, if it does, 1. If it increases the bottom line as well, we'll say 1 here. If it creates an efficiency, it adds efficiency, we also say 1. And then if it improves experience of the team or the customer or both, we'll say 1 here as well. And then therefore, they're going to be 4 points, and it will add them up in the formula. So all we'll do, we'll just pick 1 and say, all right, we're thinking about the first 4. So we'll say for cross-training for everybody, how would that increase the top line if we do that? The revenue.
It has potential because if everybody's cross-trained, we can do more work. People can move around.
So for the revenue, let's just yell out 0 or 1. What do you think?
1.
I say 1.
Okay. Would it increase the bottom line as well?
1.
Yeah, 1.
Would it increase efficiency?
1.
Okay. And experience for everybody?
1.
Now, we will add time criticality. How critical this initiative do you think compared to everything else we have here? And the point is, don't try to be really precise because it's 39 of them. Just try to think right now, and because you have only 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just give it a number, because we'll go back and we'll be like, well, is it as critical as this one, or is it as critical as this one? So from 1 to 4, how critical you think for us as a team to address this?
1.
1? Okay,
You
so
don't have
less
to say
critical.
the same number as me. I'm just
Well,
saying-
no, I agree because
Okay.
it's important, but it's like not a top priority right now because we're
Yeah.
trying to find people. And you can't really cross-train if you don't have enough people to do it.
So
Right.
1 or 2? 1?
1.
I'm 1.
Okay. So this will add up. So this will give it 5 points in the formula. And then now we're going to think about the duration. So the way I broke down the duration is that if we, for this particular initiative, have the process established, the policy written out, the SOP, and we might not have SOPs at all, but we should, and or the knowledge base article, so others can train on this, the system that we use to deploy this, and do we have the people to actually do this stuff? So and the same thing, but here it's reverse. If we don't have the process at all, it's 4. If we actually fairly well dialed in, then it's a 1. So do we have a process how to cross-train people?
3.
Yeah.
So you kind of do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
Okay.
some stuff.
No,
No, it's gonna be lower.
it's gonna be lower. I'm
It's gonna be a
sorry.
two.
It's not good. It's a 2. I meant to say.
No, sorry, bad
Oh.
is big, so bad is big, so
Okay, that's
3
right.
Oh,
is
yeah, you're
right, you're
almost
right.
nothing.
Oh,
Almost,
yeah.
Okay, 3.
okay. Is it written down, documented anywhere, or
4.
that's a 4? System to deploy, online learning,
Four.
system, nothing, 4.
We pull that out of our head.
There are people that hold that knowledge and have an idea how to do it. You might have people, or you might have people, so that would be okay. That would be at least a 2, but then they have no structure to it, so maybe it's a 3. And if you don't have people or structure, it's a 4.
It's a,
4.
yeah, it's a 4.
That's a 4. Let's be honest.
Let's say, we're gonna be honest today. It's
We'll
a
be
4.
honest, it's a bar.
Okay, just today, just for today, we're gonna be honest.
Tomorrow we'll change
Yes.
it.
Okay. So let's do now the next one. So policy of place, no shows, handling no shows. Let me just rename this, handling no shows. Okay, so to sort this out, if we'll sort this out, is it gonna be improving the top line,
Yes, 1,
bottom line,
1,
efficiency,
1,
1,
experience?
1.
1.
How critical is this?
Wait a minute. I'm getting mixed up on my numbers. So
Yeah.
a 4, is that high or low?
4 is critical, 1 is meh.
I think
I think it's a 3.
Okay,
because it's
Good.
pretty critical.
all right, let's go into duration. Do you have the process how to actually eliminate that at the moment?
4.
4.
No, that means no,
No,
nothing.
yeah, you're right. No, we
No.
don't.
So it's not documented obviously that way,
No.
and there's no system behind it,
No,
and there's no idea. Okay,
no, I have no people, no ideas at all.
all right.
We suck.
So keeping the proper staff size, so
Rock that one too. We suck on
That's
that.
Amy.
That's Amy sucking again.
Let's go back to my old system. I just put this whole list on Amy. Walk away. That's what I do.
Okay, so keeping the proper staff size. So if we'll figure out how to get the staff higher. Actually, you know what? Let's skip this one because right now we know it's CSRs. So let's just go down to CSRs.
Keep your band break.
What I'll do here, where was it?
2024, man. The virtual CSR.
Yes, so let me bring it up. So I'll put it here. Oh, let's go here. All right. Top line,
1,
bottom,
1,
efficiency,
1,
experience,
1,
1,
how critical?
4.
4.
Do we have the process how we hire people?
4. Well, because this is CSR virtual. We've never done that.
Okay, so yeah, we don't. Okay, 4. Policy, like how to do's and don'ts, not yet.
No.
Nope.
System, we have Bamboo, so we
Yeah.
can kind of say
2 maybe?
2-ish because it's not set up yet, but and then do we have people that know how to do that?
We
Yeah.
don't.
So know how to hire the CSRs.
Well, the virtual CSRs, because we need to come up with a little bit of
Yeah.
a new framework. So we do have Mike who will consult us, and then we kind of know how to hire CSRs in general. So I would say it's probably not a 1, but it's at least 2, right? So we have,
So
yeah, okay. So we did that one. Let's look what we also identified is sort of critical. Okay, compensation. That's a good one. Well, actually, comp. Let's leave it out for now because it's not for us. So this is the HR one we hire. Then we'll go to okay, personal goals for the team, opportunities, development opportunities for the team. So would that improve the top line?
1. Yes.
Bottom,
1,
efficiency,
1.
experience,
1.
how critical?
Say
I can't.
2 or 3. What do you know?
I would say not critical right now. They don't want to
Well, I guess they don't want any new goals.
personal development. They just want breathing room right now.
The capacity is a problem now. So what would you give it?
A 1, is that the lowest
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
criticality? It's least critical.
Okay, so here's a good one to pause and say, okay, we have the same two numbers, 1 and 1. Which one do you think is less critical? More well, it's actually almost the same one. Development opportunities and cross training. I would say, okay, let's skip for now. In terms of, do we have the process for development, or do we have policy? Kind of not. Systems, no. People, well, we have people, but people need to bring the training and stuff. So we have Gerardo, but we'll give him a 2, not a full 1, because he's yet to deliver. Okay.
The process is there, but anyway, yes, you guys have to deliver it.
Okay. Let's do something else. Let's do boarding. Let's see, what else do we prioritize here? Bonus plan, that's a good one. So that's for everybody. So we'll talk about it. So bonus plan, and I can't freeze the top line here.
You
So,
bring it up. Can you slide it up?
well, that's the best I can do because I can't freeze the line for many reasons. I made the merge cells, but anyway. So when we'll bring the bonus plan, do we think it will improve the top line?
In the business, like the top one, no, kind of.
I think it
Yes,
would.
yes, because you gotta get more to get the bonus. Yeah, so 1,
Yeah, bottom line.
1.
1,
Would it increase efficiency,
1.
experience?
1.
How critical is this to design the bonus plan?
I would say.
4 is the biggest one.
You say a 3 or a 4? I would say it's, I mean, it's not,
I would,
I mean, people are asking, but
3 or 4. Go.
3, let's go 3.
3. Okay, so we have 2 3s. Which one do you think it is compared the 2 of these? So is it as critical as no shows, or is it what is more critical, bonus or no shows solution?
To me, it depends on what you're talking about.
Well, if we tie in the weightedness of it, the no-shows are gonna be quicker.
Yeah,
I think.
more critical, because if you don't have the no-shows, yeah.
Well, we will determine how quick we're gonna do it. This is
Okay.
about criticality, right?
Which one's more critical? I'd say. I don't know, the staff don't want to hear me say that out loud.
I know, I say handling no-shows, but see, I'm the mean person over here, man, at work.
I don't think the bonus is gonna make people feel happier. I think that the workload is the problem.
I heard that from
But
almost
if
every
you're-
single person.
I think people are
Almost
gonna
100%.
say it's critical, but
but if the goal is to prevent no-shows, what you're saying is, let's take the maxed out staff and get them to work even harder.
Right, because you get a little
That's a
breather.
really good point.
Uh-huh.
And I apologize, I'm a little over time, but I'll just show you the magic very quickly. So let's leave it at 3. We can talk about it later. Let's go
All right,
very
let's
quickly
make it
through
more critical for the bonus thing. 4.
4. Okay, I think your staff would like, if you will bring more business through no shows, but it doesn't reflect on their bonus, I think you're gonna
Yeah.
burn the candle more on both ends. Okay, and then let's do quickly. So this is a process. So for bonus, we have process.
No, we don't have that yet, do we? 4.
Okay, there's no policies recorded. System, how to deliver it. That's one is kind of no. Do we have people to design it?
We have
I would say we need HR, so I would say we kind of like it maybe 2.
Yeah.
We have an idea, but we probably want the HR person 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just limit it at that. I just wanted to show you how this works. So now we took the concepts that if we were to sort these out in a vacuum, we would probably argue about it for 30 minutes, just about those 5 items.
Yeah.
So then what you do, so it sets the priority, so it quantifies them through that formula. And then I have this formula here where then I go just, all right, list this Z to A. And it essentially tells us in what sequence to do them. This one is more valuable. So first virtual CSRs, second bonus plan, then handling no shows, then development opportunities, then training, cross training. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
So you can take all of these and then we'll include Emma and Steve next time, and then we'll just jive through it and go boom, 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 and then we'll have the entire list and then port them into our rocks, take the first 5, and then we'll execute on those and then keep taking them into our work. Cool.